Hey guys, it's Stay Calm Cursory. Today's video is going to be in a bit of a different format, and given that I'm on night 4, you can take one guess why. Apparently night 4 is insane, and having played it for the past hour and a half straight, losing, yeah, I'll agree, it's insane. This is the hardest anything I've done in any of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. This was terrible. It got to the point where, there's only so many times you can replay it in front of a camera, and I stopped talking and just kept going, and after about an hour and a half, I think I finally broke the code on how to beat this level. So, I have the footage, and I'm just gonna sort of give you a bit of a walkthrough with how I managed to do it, because there are certain things, the premise is simple, right? But actually implementing that into the gameplay is extremely difficult. Your timing has to be perfect, your luck has to be perfect. But I did find a few tips and tricks to make it easier, I'd say. Alright, right off the bat, this night lasts, I think, exactly 3 minutes. The timer, if you'd like to time yourself, starts just after Baby stops talking. And there are 3 things you need to do in order to not die. The first thing is to keep these spring locks wound. The second thing is to shake off the minarinas, I guess they're called, as they're climbing up around the suit. And the third thing is not to try and shake them when you see them at the bottom. After the mini dolls crawl up the sides, right? They come in, I guess, waves. You'll see 2, and then 2, and then 2, and then 2. They are not randomized, really. They come in pairs of 2, and the one on the right side will always show up first. Then in a little bit, the one on the bottom left will start climbing up. You will see them sort of climb up the middle of the suit at the bottom, but don't even pay attention to them. They can't hurt you, they won't hurt you, you certainly can't shake them off, so they might as well not even be there. The only time you ought to care about the mini dolls are when they hit the sides and start climbing up. Now there's about 2 ways to take care of the mini dolls. One is to wait until they are as high as possible, and then to try and shake the one on the right off. Doing this lets you shake usually both of them off at the same time with the same number of shakes. I would suggest going about it that way. There are times when I didn't do this and it seemed to work out fine, but as a rule, you should generally try to shake them when they are both climbing. Another tip that I found, and this is actually more important than you'd think, is to let the mini dolls climb as high as possible, as high as to when you start to see them, reaching the top of the screen. In my opinion, the higher you let them go, the longer you will last in this night. Shaking them off early is not the way to go at all. I think this has to do with the amount of time before the next wave starts, because I think there's about 4. It goes 2, and then 2, and then 2, and then 2. And that's 3 minutes of it. Now, you're going to have an easy time the first minute, an okay time the second minute, and then right after you hit the 2-minute mark, everything is going to go to hell. You will not be able to keep the spring locks wound, because the spring locks themselves will actually wind faster and faster after each wave, so it will be impossible to keep them all out of the red. And that's what they do. When they start to get to the dangerous level of being unwound, they will start blinking red, and you need to make that a priority to kind of back it off from being completely up at 12 o'clock. Now, here's a really important thing. If anybody's having issues with this, I think I found the way to not die at the very end. Usually, when you're playing this, right, you'll get to the very last wave, you'll be 10, 20 seconds away from completing it, and then you'll die. If you actually look in my playthrough right here, the last wave of them crawling up the sides, I was so far in the red, I just decided to not shake at all. Because the second you're majorly in the red and the second you shake, that's like instant death. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to see if the time runs out before they completely make it to the top and kill me. And sure enough, I didn't have to shake them at all. Well, I didn't shake them, they didn't kill me, and I had more time to keep the timers from destroying me. So if that makes sense, on the very last wave, don't shake at all. You keep those timers out of the red, and I'm pretty sure the time will run out and you won't have been killed. Because I think one of the main reasons I was dying so much is that I would make it to the end. I was timing myself. I would make it to the end. I would make it 10 seconds until the end. I would see the dolls climbing up and I would panic and I would shake them and I would die.
As the moon rises, so also rises the tension between scorned lovers.
Clara, it's not my baby.
Vlad, you suck.
Wait, was that a vampire joke? That was so lame, Clara. Like I haven't heard that a million times.
Okay, well, how's this? I'm taking the car.
The joke's on you. It's a rental.
Well, the joke's on you. I set the thermostat to 90 before I left.
Good. I like it warm.
Good, because I also set the house on fire.
How will it all end? The passion, the tension, the intrigue. Tune in tomorrow for the exciting conclusion.
This is going to be a pretty short episode, a pretty short night, but I have spent a couple hours on this already, and that's awful. I will do night 5 tomorrow, and upload it tomorrow. So hopefully nobody's too bummed out that this is a very short night, but this was an incredibly challenging night. It may look simple in the playthrough, but this took me an hour and a half. Like, I literally had recorded 2 other episodes of me trying night 4, and I had to stop because it hit an hour, and that's ridiculous because it's just the one game I'm doing over and over again. Oh, and hold the mouse key down, by the way. For the majority of it, I was clicking to tighten them, and you can just hold the mouse down, and it is so much faster and so much nicer on your fingers. I wish I had known about that sooner. So, I did it. Night 5 was going to be tomorrow, and thanks for tuning in to this horribly short episode, but I am burnt out at this point. I will see you guys next time, and good luck playing this for yourself if that's what you're doing. Bye-bye.